Let yourself grow still now. There is nothing more for you to carry tonight. Whatever the day asked of you, it is finished asking. You can lay it down, gently, the way you might lay down something heavy you have held too long, and feel your arms grow light again, and your shoulders soften, and your breath begin to slow and deepen all on its own. Listen, if you like, but you do not have to listen closely. The story I am going to tell you tonight is very old and very slow, older than the oldest cities, and it asks nothing of you at all, except that you rest. You do not need to remember it. You do not need to follow every word, or hold the names, or keep the order of things in your mind. The words are only a soft and winding path for you to walk down until you fall asleep, and you are welcome to fall asleep at any time. Whenever your thoughts begin to drift away from my voice, let them drift. That is exactly what is meant to happen here. The drifting is the whole point. Tonight we go very far back, further than any year that has a name, further than Babylon and its high walls of brick, further than the first farmers who learned to read the river and the stars, further than the first word ever spoken aloud. We go back to a time before there was a sky to hold the stars, before there was solid ground to stand upon, before there was even a difference between the water above and the water below. We go all the way back to the beginning, when there was nothing at all but water, mingled and quiet and dark. Imagine that water now, the way you might imagine the inside of your own closed eyes. There is no shore to it, no surface, no floor. There is no bright above and no dark below, because there is nothing yet to tell them apart. It is not cold and it is not warm. It simply is, vast and patient and unhurried, turning very slowly upon itself, the way the deep sea turns far beneath any storm that ever troubled its surface. The old tellers of Babylon, the people who first whispered this story under the same patient stars you sleep beneath tonight, gave names to those first waters. The sweet, fresh water, the still and gentle water like the water of a deep spring, they called Apsu, and the wide salt water, the broad and bitter sea that has no edge and no end, they called Tiamat. And in the very beginning, before anything else at all, these two waters were mingled together as one, the fresh and the salt flowing into each other, not yet parted, not yet sorted, all of it, one soft and shoreless dark. Stay there with me a moment, in that mingling. There is no struggle in it yet. There is only the slow meeting of fresh water and salt water in the dark. The way two slow rivers might meet far out at sea and become, for a while, a single quiet current. That was how the world began, the old teller said. Not with a shout, not with a blow. With water meeting water in the dark and resting and waiting, the way you are resting and waiting now at the soft edge of sleep. Let that be the first gift this old story gives you tonight. The world did not begin in a hurry. It began as water, calm and shoreless, in no rush at all to become anything. It rested first, and so, tonight, may you. There is a comfort, I think, in beginning a story at the very root of things, before any shape or trouble had come into the world. For everything that has ever wearied you, every name and number and worry came long, long after this, and none of it had even been dreamed of yet here, in the first calm water. There is no day to get through here. There is no morning waiting on the other side of this dark. There is only the slow meeting of the waters, going on and on, asking nothing, needing nothing, becoming in its own good time. Whatever it would become, you can rest in that beginning as long as you like. The story will wait for you. The waters are patient, and so am I, and there is all the time in the world, more time than has ever been. Gather here in the quiet before anything began. Stay with the waters a while longer. We are in no hurry to leave them. Picture the two of them, Apsu and Tiamat, the fresh and the salt, flowing together in the boundless dark. There is no sky over them, because there is no sky yet. There is no land beneath them, because there is no land yet. There is only water within water, the sweet running soft and cool through the wide salt deep. The two of them so gently mingled that you could not say where one ended and the other began. They were the first things that were, and for a long while they were the only things that were, and they were content. The old tellers liked to think of Apsu as the deep, still fresh water that lies hidden beneath the world. The water of wells and springs, the water you reach if you dig down far enough into the patient earth. And they thought of Tiamat as the great encircling sea, the salt water that wraps the whole world round, vast and dark and motherly, holding everything within her broad embrace. And in the beginning, these two were not apart, but together, and their togetherness was a kind of rest, a long, slow rest before anything had to be made. Out of that mingling, the old teller said, things began very slowly to stir, not with any sudden thing, only the way silt settles out of slow water, the way mist gathers over a still pond before dawn without anyone watching it gather. Where the sweet water and the salt water met and mingled, something new began gently to take shape. The first faint forms, the first soft separations of one thing from another, as when you watch clouds form out of a clear sky and cannot say the moment they began, only that now there is something where before there was nothing. And so, out of the calm meeting of the waters, the first of the gods were born. Quiet powers, gentle at first, like the first ripples that move across a still surface when something deep below turns over in its sleep. They were the children of the waters, born of the fresh and the salt mingled together, and they were small and new in the great dark. And the waters held them the way the sea holds a young thing, close and dark and safe. There was no need to learn their names tonight, nor to count them. Let them remain in your mind, only a soft brightening within the deep, the first lights kindled in the shoreless dark. What matters is gentler than any name. What matters is that the calm waters, simply by mingling and resting and being together, brought forth new life out of themselves, slowly, the way the warm, dark earth in spring brings forth green shoots without any effort at all, only by being warm and dark and patient. Feel how unhurried it all is. There was no plan, the old teller said, no blueprint, no rush to fill the dark. There was only water, and the slow mingling of water, and out of that mingling, in its own good time, the first quiet life. The deep did not strain to make the gods. It only rested and turned slowly upon itself, and the gods came, the way sleep is coming to you now, not because you reach for it, but because you have stopped reaching and grown still and let it come. And notice too how gentle the makers of the story were. They did not imagine a world hammered into being by force, or wrenched out of nothing by some great strain. They imagined a world that grew, the way a slow tree grows, the way a child grows in the dark warmth before it is born. They looked at the rivers they lived beside. the broad, slow Tigris and the wide, quiet Euphrates, winding down through their flat green land to lose themselves at last in the salt of the sea. And they thought, the world must have begun like this, with sweet water and salt water meeting, and out of their meeting, life. There is a tenderness in that idea, and a great calm, and it has carried sleepers gently down towards sleep for thousands of years under these same stars. Let your own breath move like those first waters now, slow and deep and mingling, the breath in and the breath out, flowing softly into each other, no edge between them, no effort in them. Let yourself be the calm deep for a while, holding nothing, making nothing, only resting in the dark while the first soft lights drift far above you. The young gods grew slowly in the deep, and as young things will, they began to move. Picture them now, these first bright powers, kindled within the dark waters of their mother Tiamat and their father Apsu. At first they were faint and few, but in time there were more of them, and they grew brighter. And they began to stir and to play and to move within the deep, the way young fish move in a still pool, darting and turning, sending small ripples out across the calm. They were new, and they were full of life, and the great dark waters that had been so very still for so very long began, here and there, to be troubled by their motion. There is a part of this old story that some tellers made loud and full of strife, but I will tell it to you softly, because the loud way is not the true heart of it, and because you are merely sleeping, and the loud way has no place here. The truth, told gently, is only this. The world was passing out of its first long stillness and into its first long stirring. The deep had rested perfectly for an age. Now the young life within it had begun to wake and move, the way a sleeper begins to stir near morning, not yet awake, but no longer wholly still. And in time, out of the young gods, there came one who would be wiser than the rest. His name was Ea. He was clever and calm and far-seeing, a god of the sweet fresh waters and of deep understanding. And the old tellers loved him, for he was the one who knew how to bring quiet where there had been trouble, and order where there had been confusion. Ea moved through the deep with a still and steady mind, and he saw how things were, and he saw how things might be made better, and he carried within him the patience that all good-making needs. I will not trouble your rest with the old quarrels between the first powers, the disagreements of the deep about stillness and motion, sleep and waking. Let it be enough to say that there came a time of unsettledness in the waters, a long, uneasy turning, as when the weather cannot decide whether to be calm or to stir. And the sea lies heavy and gray and waiting beneath a low sky. The first perfect stillness was over, but the true new order had not yet come. The world was between things, in the long gray hour before its dawn. And it was Ea, the wise one, who first began to bring that uneasy time toward peace. With his calm and his cleverness, he settled what needed settling among the powers of the deep, gently, the way a wise elder settles a restless household and sends everyone at last to their beds. He brought a measure of quiet back to the troubled waters. And in that new and hard-won quiet, in a still place within the deep, Ea made for himself a home, and there, in the calm, something wonderful was about to be born. For Ea had a son, and this son would be greater than his father, greater than all the powers that had come before, not in loudness, but in light, and in wisdom, and in the gift of bringing order out of the deep. The old tellers said he was beautiful beyond telling, that there was a brightness about him from his very first moment, as though several suns were folded up within him. They gave him a name that the people of Babylon would speak with love for 1,000 years and more. They called him Marduk. Let his name settle over you softly now, the way a first faint light settles over a sleeping land. Marduk, the one who was coming to bring order and light and time out of the calm, vast deep. He is not here to trouble your sleep. He is here, in this old story, to set the world gently in its place, and then to keep it there so that it will hold, steady and quiet, all through the night, over you. When Marduk was born into the deep, the old tellers said, the waters themselves seemed to brighten. Picture him as a young god of light, kindled in the calm that Ea had made. There was a radiance about him that the older powers had not had, a clear and gentle brightness, like the first light of a morning that has not yet decided to be day. The old tellers, reaching for words large enough, said his eyes were like lights, and that the very winds attended him, and that when he moved, brightness moved with him through the dark waters. He was the most beautiful of all the young gods, and the calmest, and the wisest, for he had his father Ea's deep understanding folded up inside his light. But do not think of him as restless or grasping. That is not the Marduk the old tellers loved. They loved him because he was strong, without being cruel, and bright without being harsh, and because, more than any power before him, he had the gift of seeing how things ought to be arranged so that they would be good and steady and lasting. He was, before he was anything else, a setter of things in their places, where another might have wished only to be the brightest. Marduk wished for the whole world to be well ordered, so that everything within it might rest secure in its proper place. The young gods, the old tellers said, looked on Marduk and saw in him the one who could lead them out of the long, gray, unsettled time and into a true new order. For there was still that heaviness over the deep, that long, uneasy waiting we spoke of, the world caught between its first stillness and the bright settled order it had not yet found. The powers of the deep longed for that order. They longed for a world with a shape to it, with an above and a below, with light and dark in their seasons, with time itself running smooth and sure. And they looked to Marduk, the child of light, to be the one who would bring it. So they came to him, the old teller said, and they gave to Marduk their trust, and asked that he be the one to set the cosmos in order. And they offered him, as a sign of that trust, the right to be first among them, not as a tyrant, but as the patient gardener is first among the plants of his garden, the one who tends and arranges and keeps so that all may flourish. Marduk took up that trust gravely, the way a good and gentle hand takes up a great work, knowing how much care it will need. And before he set out to do the work, the old tellers told a small and lovely thing, and I will tell it to you, because it is the kind of detail that the half-asleep mind likes to hold. They said that the gods set a garment before Marduk, a thing woven of light, and asked him to prove his power, not by breaking it, but by his word alone. And Marduk spoke, and at his word the garment vanished, and then he spoke again, and at his word it returned, whole and unharmed. By his word a thing went away. By his word it came again. So gentle was his power, the old teller said, that he could unmake and remake by speaking, the way you might dim a light and raise it again with a soft turning of your hand. There was no violence in it. There was only the calm authority of one whose word the very fabric of things would obey. Hold that image as you drift. A god of light, in the calm deep, who could set things in their places and call them back again by his quiet word alone. That is the one who is coming, in this old story, to order the cosmos over you, not a breaker, a maker, not a storm, but the still bright hand that calms the storm and lays the world down gently into its proper shape. So Marduk went out into the great deep to bring it from its long unsettled waiting into order at last. I will tell this part very softly, because some of the old tellers told it as a battle, with winds and weapons and a great striving against Tiamat, the salt sea, but you are nearly asleep. And the loud telling is not the part that matters, and so we will let the loud part fall away into the dark where it belongs, and keep only the calm, true heart of it, which is this. The deep had grown restless and heavy and confused, and Marduk, the child of light, went down into it and quieted it, and made it ready to become a world. Think of it the way you would think of a wide gray sea before a change in the weather. The water is troubled, the surface broken and uneasy, the whole vast deep stirring without any shape or direction, neither calm nor truly storming, only restless, only waiting. And then, slowly, something settles. The wind that was confusing the water grows steady and lays it down. The broken surface smooths. The deep, which was tossing without purpose, comes to rest and grows calm and becomes, at last, a still wide mirror under the sky. That is the truest way to understand what Marduk did. He did not destroy the deep. He calmed it. He took the vast, restless waters of Tiamat and laid them down into a great and patient stillness, ready now to be shaped. The old tellers said that Marduk brought the winds with him, the 4 winds and the 7 winds, and that he set them over the deep. But hear it gently. He set the winds over the waters, the way the steady evening breeze is set over a restless sea, to calm it and to smooth it, not to fight it. He laid the winds across the broad face of Tiamat, and under their steady breath, the great deep grew still and even and quiet, a vast, smooth calm reaching out beyond all seeing, no longer troubled, no longer confused, only wide and dark and at peace. And when the deep was calmed, Marduk looked out across that great stillness, and he saw what it could become. He saw that the vast, calm body of Tiamat, the wide salt sea that had encircled all things from the very beginning, was a thing of enormous breadth and patience, and that out of her broad calm a whole world might be ordered, and above and a below, a sky and a sea and a standing place between them. He looked at the calmed deep the way a maker looks at good clay, grown soft and ready in his hands, with love, and with a clear, quiet plan of all the good he meant to make of it, and feel, too, how the calming was not a loss, but a readying. The deep was not made less by being quieted. It was made ready. All its vastness was still there, all its depth, all its patient breadth, only now it lay smooth, and even instead of tossing without purpose. A calm sea is not a smaller sea than a stormy one. It is the same great water, only at peace, only gathered into itself, only waiting. And so the calming of the deep took nothing away from it. It only laid it down into the stillness out of which good things can be made. The way a quieted mind is not an emptier mind, but a clearer one, ready at last to rest, and ready when morning comes to begin again. There is such peace and a thing settled. The restless time was over. The long, gray, unsettled waiting of the deep was done. The waters were calm now, broad and smooth and still, and the bright, patient hand of Marduk rested over them, and all that vast calm was waiting, content, to be made into a home. Let that calm be your calm now. Whatever in you was restless today, whatever was tossing without shape, let it be laid down, gently, under a steady evening wind. Let your own deep grow smooth and still and even. There is nothing now but the calm, wide water, and the quiet light above it, waiting, in no hurry, for the gentle work of ordering to begin. Over the calmed deep then, Marduk began the slow and gentle work of making the world. And here is the heart of the whole old story, the part to let yourself sink all the way down into. For Marduk did not build the world out of nothing, with hammer and stone. He made it out of the calm, vast deep itself, out of the broad, still waters of Tiamat, dividing them gently and laying them in their places, the way you might part a wide, calm pool with your two hands and draw one half softly up and let the other settle softly down. The old tellers said that Marduk looked at the great calm body of the salt sea, so vast, so wide, so patient, and that he divided it slowly and surely into two. He took the upper half of those wide, calm waters, and he raised them up gently high above and spread them out, and made of them the sky. The great blue vault of the heavens stretched wide and smooth over everything. The upper waters became the high sky, the old teller said, and that is why, when you look up at the deep blue of a clear day, you are looking at water still, the calm upper waters of the very beginning, lifted up and held high and spread out into heaven, and the lower half of the calm deep, the waters that settled below, Marduk laid down and gathered and shaped and made of them the earth, the broad, firm ground, and the seas that rest within it, and the wide standing place where one day living things would walk. The lower waters became the earth and the sea, the old teller said, and that is why, when you stand on the patient ground, there is always water beneath it, the deep, fresh water of Apsu still hidden far below, holding the world up from underneath. So the world was made by a gentle dividing. The one calm deep became two. The wide waters became a sky above and an earth below, and between them, where before there had been only mingled water, there was now an open space, a great clear room with a roof of heaven and a floor of earth, room enough at last for a whole world to be. Down settled the earth, up arched the sky, and between them lay the new wide air, calm and open, where the winds Marduk had said would move forever after, soft and steady over a settled world. Imagine the quiet of that first dividing. There is no violence in it. There is only the slow drawing apart of calm water into calm water. The upper raised gently to be the sky, the lower laid gently down to be the ground, and between them, the first wide, peaceful space, opening like a held breath softly let go. The old tellers said that Marduk measured it all carefully, the height of the heavens and the breadth of the earth, the way a careful maker measures everything twice before he sets it in its place, so that all of it would be even and balanced and sure and would hold. And when the sky was raised and the earth was laid down, Marduk did one thing more, so that the upper waters of heaven would stay where he had set them and not come pouring back down into the deep. He set a great bar across the sky, the old tellers said, and a watchman, and bid the waters of heaven stay above and not slip back, the way you might set a gentle latch on a high window so the night air stays where it belongs. So the sky was made sure, and the upper waters were held high, and the earth lay safe and dry beneath them, and the great calm room of the world stood finished and steady and good. Let that steadiness hold you now. The sky is raised and barred and will not fall. The earth is laid down firm and will not give way. The calm waters are in their places, the high ones above, the deep ones below, and you rest in the wide, quiet room between them, the room that was made for resting things, with a roof of heaven over you and the patient ground beneath you, and everything measured and balanced and sure. Now the world had a shape, a sky above and earth below, a wide, calm space between. But the great vault of heaven was still bare and dark, and Marduk, looking up at all that smooth blue emptiness, set about the loveliest work of all. He hung the lights of heaven, and he set the stars in their places. This is the gentlest part of the whole old story, and the one most worth drifting away inside of. So let it come slowly. Marduk took the dark vault of the sky he had raised, and he began to fill it with quiet lights. He made the stars, the old teller said, and he set them in the heavens, not at random, not scattered carelessly, but arranged with great and patient care, each one in its proper place, so that the whole sky became a vast and ordered field of soft lights, every one of them set exactly where it belonged. The old teller said that Marduk fixed the stars into patterns, the constellations, the great pictures of light that wheel across the night, and that he set them as signs and as markers, so that the heavens would have an order you could read and follow and trust. He gave each its station, the old teller said. He set them along their paths. He made the sky into a thing not only beautiful but ordered, a great slow clock of light turning steadily over the world, the same patterns rising and setting in their seasons, year after patient year, so that nothing in the heavens would ever be lost or astray. And among all the lights, Marduk gave a special place to the moon. He set the moon in the sky, the old teller said, and gave it its task, which was to mark the passing of the nights and the turning of the month. He bid the moon shine forth and grow and fade and grow again in its slow and faithful round. Out of the dark of each month, the thin new moon would appear. The old teller said, a fine, bright curve low in the evening sky, and night by night it would grow, swelling slowly to the full, riding round and bright and high at the middle of the month, and then night by night it would wane again, thinning back toward the dark, only to be born once more, a fine new curve, when the month came round again. So Marduk made the moon the gentle keeper of time. By the moon's slow growing and fading, the old tellers said, the months were measured out, one after another, an ordered march of time laid soft over the world. Before, there had been only the long, shapeless dark of the beginning. Time without measure, no way to mark one moment from the next. Now there was the moon, faithful and bright, turning through its phases, and by it the nights could be counted, and the months could be named, and time itself was given a shape, and an order, and a soft and steady rhythm, the same rhythm that has carried every sleeper to sleep ever since. Think of how kind that is. Marduk did not only make the world, he made time gentle. He set in the sky a soft, bright keeper of the months, turning slowly through its phases the way a sleeper turns slowly through the watches of the night, so that nothing would ever rush, and everything would come round again in its season. The new moon and the full moon, the start of the month and the close of it, all of it slow, all of it sure, all of it turning quietly over your sleep tonight, as it has turned over every sleep since the very first. The people of old Babylon, who first told this story, were great and patient watchers of the night sky. They lay on the flat roofs of their houses in the warm dark, just as you lie in your bed now, and they followed the slow wheeling of the stars across the heavens, night after night, year after year, and they learned the patterns by heart, and they named them, and they came to trust them. They saw how the same lights returned in the same seasons, how the moon kept its faithful round, how nothing in all that vast turning was ever truly lost. And out of that long, loving watching, they came to believe that a wise and gentle hand had set it all in order, on purpose, with care, so that the heavens might be a thing you could rest beneath and trust. That belief is folded into this story like a soft blanket, and it can cover you too, tonight. Let the stars settle over you now, each one in its place, set there with care, not one of them astray. Let the moon ride slow and bright over your roof, the old keeper of the months, counting the nights so softly that you need never count them yourself. The sky is ordered, the lights are hung, time turns gently. There is nothing up there but quiet, faithful light, arranged with love above your rest. When the heavens were ordered, and the stars were set, and the moon was turning faithfully through its months, the great work was nearly done, and the old tellers turned to the gentlest ending of all. For now there was a world, a true and ordered world, with a sky and an earth and a sea, with light and dark in their seasons and time running smooth, and the gods, the old tellers said, looked on all of it, and saw that it was good, and at last they could rest. Picture the calm of that moment. The long, unsettled time of the deep was over, far behind now, almost forgotten. The waters were divided and in their places. The sky was raised and barred and full of stars. The earth lay firm and dry beneath the heavens. The moon turned in its slow round, keeping the months. Everything had been ordered, measured, set, and made sure, and there was nothing left undone. No loose thing, no unsettled thing, nowhere for trouble to begin. And in such a finished and well-ordered world, the old tellers said, the powers of heaven could finally lay down their long labor and be at peace. And the old tellers told that Marduk, to honor the rest of the gods and to give the ordered world a still center, founded a place where heaven and earth might meet in peace. He raised, the old tellers said, a great and holy city and a high house within it, a resting place for the powers of heaven and a heart for the new-made world. And the people of long ago believed that this place was Babylon, their own city of high brick walls on the wide, flat plain between the rivers, with its great temple rising in steps toward the sky, like a stairway built for the gods to climb down softly into the world and up again into heaven. So Babylon, in the old story, was the still point of the ordered cosmos, the place where the work of making came to rest. Imagine it in the calm of the evening, the high-stepped temple glowing faintly gold in the last light, the wide, quiet streets, the river moving slow and dark beside the walls, and over it all, the new-set stars coming out one by one in their ordered patterns, and the faithful moon rising to begin another of its months. A city laid down as a resting place at the center of a finished world, a still heart for all that calm. And the gods, the old tellers said, gathered there in peace, in the world that Marduk had ordered for them, and they rested. The great making was finished. There was nothing left to divide, nothing left to raise or to lay down, nothing left to set in its place. The sky would hold, the earth would hold, the stars would keep their stations, and the moon would keep its months without anyone needing to tend them. For Marduk had set them all so carefully that they would run smooth and sure forever of themselves. And so the powers who had made the world could lay their work aside and be still, and rest within the calm they had made. Feel that deep completion settling over you now, the same completion the gods felt when the world was done. There is nothing left to make tonight, nothing left to order, nothing left to set in its place. The great work of your own day is finished, whatever it was, and it can be laid aside now, the way the gods laid aside their labor in the ordered world. The city is built, the stars are hung, the moon is rising over Babylon and over your roof alike, the same old faithful moon, and everything that was ever made is holding steady and sure, so that you, too, may rest at the calm, still center of it all. So the cosmos was ordered, and then it was finished, and at last it could simply be. Think back, slowly, over how far this old story has carried you, and how gently. In the beginning, there was nothing but water, the sweet water. Apsu and the salt sea Tiamat, mingled together in the shoreless dark, resting, in no hurry to become anything. Out of that calm mingling, the first quiet gods were born. The way mist gathers over still water, the long first stillness gave way to a long stirring and a gray unsettled time, until wise Ea brought a measure of peace. And in that peace, his son Marduk was born, the child of light. And Marduk went down into the troubled deep and calmed it, laid it smooth under a steady wind, and then divided its calm waters gently into two, raising the upper half to be the sky, and laying the lower half down to be the earth. He hung the stars in the dark vault, each in its place, and set the faithful moon to keep the months, and gave the world an order it could rest in. And the gods looked on the finished world, and found it good, and built their still city at its heart, and laid down their labor, and rested. And now all of it is finished, and all of it is at rest. The calm waters lie in their places, the high ones spread into heaven, the deep ones folded under the earth. The sky stands raised and barred and full of quiet light. The earth lies firm and patient beneath it. The stars keep their stations, wheeling slow and sure through their old ordered patterns, not one of them astray. The moon rides bright and faithful through its slow round, counting out the months as softly as breathing. And the whole great ordered cosmos turns gently on, holding itself, needing nothing. The way a finished and well-made thing holds without any hand to hold it. There is a quiet teaching folded into this old story, and it is a gentle one, and you do not have to hold it, only let it warm you as you drift. It is this: the world was made out of calm and not out of strife. The truest heart of this old tale is not a battle, but a quieting, a great restless deep laid smooth and still, and then gently ordered into a home. Order, in this old story, is not a hard thing forced upon the world. It is a calm thing, drawn softly out of the calm, the way a steady evening breeze draws a troubled sea down into stillness. Everything good in the world, the steady sky, the firm earth, the patterned stars, the faithful moon, the gentle turning of time itself, All of it came not from fury, but from a calming and a careful setting of each thing softly into its proper place. So, when you sleep tonight, you are not leaving the order of the world. You are sinking down into it, into the same deep calm out of which everything was made. Each night you return, a little, to the shoreless water of the beginning, the gentle mingling before the world was ordered, the soft, dark deep where all making rests. And each morning the world will be ordered again for you, the sky raised, the earth laid down, the lights set in their places, the near sorted from the far, the day's tasks parted out into their stations. But that is the morning's quiet work, and the morning is far away. There is nothing to order now. Now there is only the calm deep, and the soft, dark water, and the slow, faithful turning of a finished world that asks nothing of you at all. Let your breath move like the first calm waters now, slow and deep, the in and the out flowing softly into each other, no edge between them, no effort in them. Let your body grow heavy and still, the way the calmed deep grew still beneath the steady wind. Feel the firm earth beneath you, the lower waters made solid, holding you up. Feel the high sky over the roof above you, the upper waters raised and barred, and sure, not going to fall. The stars are set, each in its place. The moon is up, the old keeper of the months, watching softly over your rest. The city is built, the work is done. The cosmos is ordered, and it holds, and it will hold all through the night. Over you, there is nothing left for you to do. The waters are calmed long ago. The sky is raised, and the earth is laid down. The stars are hung, and the moon is turning, and the world is ordered and good. All of it is finished, and all of it is resting. And so now may you. Let my voice grow faint. Let the words blur softly into the dark. Let yourself sink, slow and deep and warm, down past the last thin edge of waking, into the calm, shoreless water from which everything was gently made. Sleep now. The cosmos is ordered. The sky will hold. Good night.